Changing the world is more than any one of us can do, but it's not more than all of us can do together. And so with that in mind, I want to prayerfully challenge you to take one of two actions. Either join a network or start a network. I want to quickly highlight 5 benefits of being in a network: vision, relationships, investment, results, and the kingdom. Let's start with that first one, the vision benefit. Networks dream God-sized dreams. Every network I've seen come to life has always dreamed a bigger dream than any one of its individual leaders or individual parts. There's something about networks, when they come together, they just envision God-sized dreams because they attract leaders who each of them come together wanting to accomplish the Jesus mission through church planting. And when they come together, the synergy kind of creates this enthusiasm. And the very word enthusiasm, entheos, actually means God within. And so these leaders are experiencing, I think, that Matthew 18:20, what it describes there when it says, "For where 2 or 3 gather in my name, there I am with them." God actually shows up. God shows up in a more profound way, and when he does, they experience the presence of God, and it gives them this God-sized vision for what they can do together. That's the first benefit. The second benefit is a relational benefit. Networks produce friends on mission. Almost always. Let me tell you about 2 church planting friends I have, Troy McMahon and Dan Sutherland. Troy and Dan, they're best friends. They both love cigars. They both love motorcycles, and they both love church planting. These 2 guys came together, and as they came together, they began to attract other church planters. And over the course of the last 5 years, they've now multiplied into 3 different networks that have almost 50 churches to plant 34 brand new churches with this vision of transforming the spiritual landscape of Kansas City to plant new churches. And every time they add more people, it's like they're adding more friends on mission. That's one of the values of a network, the relational benefit. Networks produce friends on mission. Let me give you a third one, the investment benefit. Networks diversify the risk of church planting. Anyone who's ever planted a church knows that church planting is risky business. And so when we challenge people to plant churches, and a leader in a church wants to take that on, they're somewhat timid because they know they got to invest resources, they know they have to invest people and those things, and they need for it to win. And if it doesn't win, and it fails, that feels very risky. But here's what happens when you're part of a network. The network actually mitigates the risk in a couple different ways. Number one, you come together with a group of other leaders who have a collective wisdom and experience around church planting that any one person wouldn't have on their own. So you're better qualified to pick church planters and know what will work, what won't work. It also gives you access to outside resources to help you be more successful and know how to allocate those resources of time and people. But here's the second thing. When you come together as a network, it's like you're going to create a portfolio of church plants because you'll start several different church plants. And so instead of just starting one that has to work and it feels risky, maybe over the course of a couple of years you plant 4 or 5 churches. And let's say 4 of them are successful and maybe one, unfortunately, might not be successful. You still have the 4 to point to and go like, no, this is winning. So you have like a portfolio of churches. You don't put all of your eggs into one basket. There's the investment benefit. Let me give you a fourth benefit. The fourth benefit is what I call the results benefit. Networks focus on clear outcomes. Here's the deal. When we're answering to other people, we do things that we just won't do when left all alone. Accountability gets results. That's why we go see a counselor. That's why we hire an executive coach. That's why we get a personal trainer. They get results from us we would not get on our own. Church planting networks work the same way. We do things when we're in a network we would not do on our own. Here's what I consistently hear from leaders across the country. You know, I'm tired of going to meetings with church leaders where we all do like each other and we wish something would happen strategically to reach our city, but it just doesn't get results. If you've said that or have felt like that, what you need is to be a part of a network. Let me give you the last benefit. It's the kingdom benefit. Networks, just the way they operate, are all about not one person's castle, but about God's kingdom. That's the fifth benefit. I'm a part of a movement of 4 different networks in Chicago where our dream is to plant 200 churches. This group has come together. They're multi-denominational, they're multicultural, they're multi-socioeconomics. We have Reformed and Arminian, we have egalitarian and complementarian, we have Pentecostals and then those who aren't. We have mega churches and micro churches, but they all come together for one reason. And nobody's name is on it, but they all come together for this cause: the kingdom of God, building the kingdom together. Let me ask you, when you think about those 5 benefits, don't you want to be a part of something like that causes you to dream bigger, that creates a community with a cause, that takes the unnecessary risk of church planting out of the equation, that promises you real results of changed lives, and also is all about the kingdom? If so, it's time for action. Either start a network or join a network, because changing the world is more than any one of us can do, but it's not more than all of us can do together.